what y'all doing? Eating tacos and kissing in the mouth? Who knows that pop culture trivia? That's from Insecure. All right, welcome to the Weekly Voice with Kendell and Lenice. Yeah, here I come. Ha ha! I am here. Are you here? Because I am here. Welcome. Welcome. That's number 2. Welcome to the Weekly Voice. Y'all know every time I come on here, I got something to say. And I just ran down here to do this overwhelmed because my daughters just delivered flowers to me. I came home and there were flowers on the step. And I was like, 1-800-Flowers. And I was excited to open it, didn't know who they were from. And they were from my daughters. What makes it extra special, we live together, right? And it said, happy 1-year anniversary of you beating colon cancer. So some may not know, March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. I am a colon cancer survivor, as I got the diagnosis March 5th, 2021. And today is March 4th, 2022. So tomorrow will make it a year when I got the most shocking news of my life. And I'm still here, and I am a colon cancer survivor. So to get flowers from them, I was just like, dang. I was overwhelmed. Then I was like, ooh, I got to do Weekly Voice because then I got to do another show. And I ran down here to be with you all. Make sure I don't have no food in my teeth. All right. Welcome to the Weekly Voice. If this is your first time tuning in, then welcome some more. I want to make sure I have my poncho like this so y'all can see my blue ribbon. And I'm also still doing the fundraiser for Blue Ribbon. So if you want to go to my website, livingtruelivingyou.com, go to support and shop, and you can get your dollar ribbon by going to my Cash App, $Kendell Lenice, or paying through PayPal right there as a donation. Even if you don't want to wear your ribbon, donate a ribbon to someone else to wear so they can be asked, well, what is the blue ribbon for? Colon cancer awareness. The principal at my school today asked, well, is it autism? I was like, no, March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. And I started telling people I'm a colon cancer survivor. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. 5 months into the school year, I had colon cancer 5 months prior, and I couldn't walk. I was walking like I was 100 years old, like barely walking. They were like, what? How long ago? And people think I'm going to say, oh, back in 1980 or back in 2000, early 2000. I'm like, no, shouty. It was just 12 months ago. Almost. Not even when I had my surgery. That was March 18th. So we'll talk then. And then when I got the clear that my cancer was gone, that's another date. And all of it, to God be the glory. All right. So the Weekly Voice, let's unpack the week. This is where we unpack the week, sprinkle a little positivity and inspiration over the week, give you the word of the week, and a whole lot more. This week, I'm implementing, because March is also Women's History Month. So I'm going to talk about a woman that we all know and love. And I'm also going to implement in the Weekly Voice Book of the Week. Now, you can always buy my books on Amazon.com, search Kendell Lenice, buy my books. So I always want you to support me and my books, but I want to shine the light on different books that I'm reading, because I'm always reading or listening to an audiobook that I can learn from, that I can grow from, that will show me a different perspective on something. And also autobiographies, love those. So you'll be surprised to know what autobiography I'm reading right now, but I think I'll talk about that one next week because I just got finished another one this week. All right. So the word of the week is askew. Askew. The picture was askew on the wall. What does that mean? It means unstable or not straight, not in a straight line. So y'all know when someone has a picture, you just want to fix it and straighten it. It's askew. Why can't I say the word askew? Excuse me. Askew. Excuse me. All right. And the playlist song of the week, which I'm going to start to, is Hours and Hours by Money Long, aka Priscilla Renee, because she came out. She wrote songs like California King Bed, down to, she wrote for Mariah Carey, just so many amazing people under Priscilla Renee. But a lot of people didn't know they knew who she was. My daughter said she'd been rocking to her long before we knew Money Long, right? But now social media, TikTok blew her up with Hours and Hours. And that is the song. She sings the heck out of that song. If you don't know the song Hours and Hours, make sure you know the song. And it sounds real good in your car when you turn it up. She wrote it about her husband. And it's an amazing love song. And the vocals, impeccable. Lyrics, impeccables. So that's the playlist song of the week. All right. I'm trying to think where I want to put the Ukraine story in. Let's just pray for the Ukrainians and also the Africans who are in Ukraine, who they're stopping from fleeing the country. Kevin Powell put up a post today on Instagram. And I just want to read what he said. And this is real. 1 million people have been displaced from Ukraine because of Russia's brutal inhumanity. Half, 500,000, are children refugees. I can only imagine the traumas across generations because of this war. When will humankind ever learn that violence is not the solution? 1 million people, and out of those 1 million people, half, which is 500,000, are children and they're refugees. Now, I don't know if you've seen the news or social media, and also seen the Africans who they were really not allowing them to leave or flee. And this is 2022, so we're going to keep them in prayer. And just watching some of the footage is just really heartbreaking. I go right past it sometimes because it's just too much. It really is. It's a lot. And it's not you think you're watching a horror movie, or you think you're watching a show from back in the day where they treated people like this. But we know that they treat Black people raggedy in the United States. And then now the Ukrainians are going through it, as well as the Africans there. So we're going to keep them in prayer. And I had to talk about that because that's part of unpacking this week and what we're seeing. And make sure the trauma that you're seeing is trauma. Make sure if it's bothering you or affecting you, turn off the news. Don't forget about them, but turn it off. Stop scrolling through social media if it's affecting your mental. All right. So Women's History Month is March. And I think about last year, I was like, happy Women's History Month. And I didn't know that 4 days into the month or 5 days into the month, I would be diagnosed with colon cancer. So it's just amazing. Last year, this time I was walking around with colon cancer, had no clue. So make sure you guys get your colonoscopies. All right. I think I'm going to save the book of the week last, but let's recap. So on Sunday, I went to go see my boys' new edition. And if you want to know more about that, visit the views. I think is past 3,000 views here on YouTube. I gave my reviews and news and my review on the concert. So if you're watching this, go to my New Edition in Baltimore review, because there were a lot of mishaps. I love my boys. I will ride for my boys all day long. But find out what went down in Baltimore when New Edition and Jodeci came to town. Check that video out right here on YouTube. If you're watching from Facebook, because this is the first week I think I'm streaming through Facebook Live also. Hey, Facebook. I think so. I hope y'all is dear. I'm not sure. But make sure you check out that. All right. So what else is happening in the news? Well, let me just get to the book of the week, and then I'm going to end with maybe the women in Women's History Month. All right. We're going to talk about Miss Patti LaBelle. Patti, Philly's own Patti LaBelle, my Gemini auntie. She was born May 24th, 1944. She is nearly 78 years old. Face beat, hair laid, nails together, always still kicking off her shoes and still dressing like she knows how to dress, okay? Because y'all know in the Black community, knowing how to dress is a gift. It's a talent, right? And she's still killing it at almost 78 years old. She started in the 60s with the Bluebells, Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, and she's also called the godmother of soul to so many, including Mariah Carey. In 76, she started her solo career. And now y'all already know Patty's pies and cakes and foods at Walmart, her songs, her cookbooks. She's known to be able to throw down in the kitchen. And Patti is still doing it. I remember in Philadelphia a couple years ago, they did Patti LaBelle Way. She got her own street. She's doing her thing. She's had a lot of trauma in her life. She's lost a lot of her family at early ages, and she's one of the ones still standing strong. She's a grandmother, she's a mother, and then she's also a mother and auntie and godmother to many. So I wanted to just talk about this because I talked about this on social media before, and everybody was like, yes, Patti. But Patti LaBelle, many don't know. Years ago, I read her autobiography, and she talked about being engaged to Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Patti LaBelle came to see Otis, okay? She went to go see the Temptations. Her and Otis hit it off. Next thing you know, they were engaged. And next thing you know, next thing, Otis was telling Miss Patti to stop being a singer, and she was going to be a kept woman. He was going to take care of her. She was like, no, boo boo. I'm going to have my singing career, and I'm going to be great, and you will see. She said she loved Otis, but then she also thought like, was I really in love with Otis, or was I in love with the Temptations? That was funny. So that's some good women's history, right? Saying that it's time to choose yourself. It's time to think about yourself. You can be more than just a wife. And I say that with all great intentions, meaning that you can be a wonderful wife. But if someone asks you to give up your career, if that's something that you really want to do and you want to pursue your passion, you can't allow anyone to stop you. And if they can't get on board with that, then they're not the man for you, ladies. And it is a compromise, but she was not compromising what she wanted to do in life, because had she, we wouldn't know Patti LaBelle as she is today. So the spotlight this week for Women's History Month is Miss Patti LaBelle. Her original name was Patricia Louise Holt, but we know her as Patti. All right. What time is it? All right. So also another woman I wanted to spotlight is Biden's nomination for Supreme Court. So DC Judge, and I hope I say her name right, what is it? Ketanji, I hope I say it right. I'm not sure. Please forgive me. Brown Jackson, a judge in DC. Biden nominated her to be the first Black woman on the Supreme Court. So let's pray, because that's awesome. That's a big feat right? National Women's History Month, or World's Women's History Month, or International History Month, you are going down in the books in American history being the first Black woman nominated in the Supreme Court. It's 2022. It's crazy that no one's ever been nominated before, but let's see. All right. Finally, later this evening, I will be going to see comedian Tommy Davidson this weekend. And one of my daughters, and I'm going with my daughters, one of their favorites lines on Martin is when, or at episodes at Hollywood Swinging, part 1 and part 2, when Tommy Davidson was on there and him and Martin were laughing, and we knew it wasn't part of the script, but they were laughing and improvising. And when we went to go see Jodeci last weekend, or this week on Sunday, my kids were laughing because Martin was a part of the Vernell Hill show, and Jodeci was too. So it's all full circle in 1 week. So that's what we're doing. And that's what's up on the Weekly Voice with Kendell and Lenice as we unpacked this week. I thank you everyone for tuning in. And just remember that if you are lost, you can be found, you can find yourself. And sometimes you have to go through it in order to get to it. So I want to encourage everyone to keep the faith, keep your hope, keep your love for yourself close to your chest, and know that you matter and you are important. And I love you. If no one ever told you today, you are amazing. If no one ever told you today or at all, you are amazing and you can do it and you can get through it. I thank you everyone for watching the Weekly Voice with Kendell and Lenice. Please do me a favor and subscribe below. See you next week on the Weekly Voice. God bless. Oh, and stay tuned today for More Than Just a Movie, where we break down classic Black films. That's coming right after this. Check the playlist for More Than Just a Movie while I get my tongue together so I can do another show. Make sure you subscribe to everything I have going on this channel. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless. Peace.